Hi guys, welcome to another audio video in our reading 2 Samuel 11 of the King James Version Bible. And it reads, And it came to pass after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem. And it came to pass in an eventide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house, and from the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon. And David sent and inquired after the woman, and one said, Is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And David sent messengers, and took her, and she came in unto him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. And the woman conceived, and sent and told David, and said, I am with child. And David sent to Joab, saying, Send me Uriah the Hittite. And Joab sent Uriah to David. And when Uriah was come unto him, David demanded of him how Joab did, and how the people did, and how the war prospered. And David said to Uriah, Go down to thy house, and wash thy feet. And Uriah departed out of the king's house, and there followed him a mess of meat from the king. But Uriah slept at the door of the king's house with all the servants of his lord, and went not down to his house. And when they had told David, saying, Uriah went not down unto his house, David said unto Uriah, Camest thou not from thy journey? Why then didst thou not go down unto thine house? And Uriah said unto David, The ark and Israel and Judah abide in tents, and my lord Joab and the servants of my lord are encamped in the open fields. Shall I then go into mine house to eat and to drink, and to lie with my wife? As thou livest, and as thy soul liveth, I will not do this thing. And David said to Uriah, Tarry here today also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow. And when David had called him, he eat and drink before him, and he made him drunk. And at even he went out to lie on his bed with the servants of his lord, but went not down to his house. And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab, and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And he wrote in the letter, saying, Set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die. And it came to pass, when Joab observed the city, that he assigned Uriah unto a place where he knew that valiant men were. And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab, and there fell some of the people of the servants of David, and Uriah the Hittite died also. Then Joab sent and told David all the things concerning the war, and charged the messenger, saying, When thou hast made an end of telling the matters of the war unto the king, and if so be that the king's wrath arise, and he say unto thee, Wherefore approached ye so nigh unto the city when ye did fight? Knew ye not that they would shoot from the wall? Who smote Abimelech the son of Jerubbesheth? Did not a woman cast a piece of a milestone upon him from the wall, that he died in Thebez? Why went ye nigh the wall? Then say thou, Thy servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. So the messenger went and came and shewed David all that Joab had sent him for. And the messenger said unto David, Surely the men prevailed against us, and came out unto us in the field, and we were upon them even unto the entering of the gates. And the shooters shot from off the wall upon thy servants, and some of the king's servants be dead, and thy servant Uriah the Hittite is dead also. Then David said unto the messenger, Thus shalt thou say unto Joab, Let not this thing displease thee, for the word devoureth one as well as another. Make thy battle more strong against the city, and overthrow it, and encourage thou him. And when the wife of Uriah heard that Uriah her husband was dead, she mourned for her husband. And when the mourning was past, David sent and fetched her to his house, and she became his wife, and bare him a son. But the thing that David had done displeased the Lord. Alright, guys. So we see here David, that man who was so just and righteous in his dealings, who inquired of the Lord in everything that he did, was misled by the beauty of a woman, so as to kill for that woman, to actually conceive a evil thought in his mind and plot on how to get rid of the woman's husband. That's how far he went. And that just goes to show that even people with the purest of thoughts and the purest of intent at times falter, and they make mistakes. And some of these mistakes are not just mistakes that happen in the moment, but it is planned out. And that is what we see here with David. Yes, he saw Bathsheba and he liked her. She was beautiful and pleasing to look upon, and he wanted her, and he did have her. But then what happened was that a child was conceived in this, and that would show David as not being such a man of God. And so he had to correct that, and so he plotted on how to correct that. He tried to do it by passing off the child to his servant, Uriah, but that did not occur because Uriah would not sleep with his wife. So he took a more evil route and killed him. And we see where he attained Uriah's wife as his own in the end. And this act displeased the Lord, because that is not of God. And we see from this, the takeaway that we almost get from this chapter is that anyone can fall to temptation. We're not immune to temptation, and so we ought to guard our hearts, guard our eyes, guard our minds, guard our thoughts. And that's why we have to be in constant prayer and fasting, okay, and keep the things of God on our mind always, to help us to overcome the temptations that will come, because temptations will come. Don't think they will not come. They'll always come. But it is not the temptations that come, but how you actually overcome those temptations and not fall prey to them. Right? So you're victorious. You haven't fallen prey to those temptations. That's what we ought to try to do. Okay? Alright, guys, so I'm gonna leave you right here. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification so you're alerted whenever a new audio video is posted. And guys, please don't forget to share your thoughts, your comments, and your revelations down below in the comment section. Have yourselves a blessed day, and remember to walk in your salvation. And if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day.